This is Wallet Brief, where we break down what actually moved the U.S. economy this week, without the noise. If prices, interest rates, jobs, housing, or taxes are quietly changing your money, this is where you stay informed. Let's get into what really happened this week, and what it means for your wallet. Before this week, the U.S. tax landscape was already shifting into filing season mode. As 2025 came to a close, households were adjusting to updated tax brackets, standard deductions, and withholding rules that reflected inflation adjustments. For many workers, those changes quietly altered paycheck take-home pay throughout the year, even if they didn't feel dramatic week to week. At the same time, expectations around refunds were becoming more cautious. With fewer pandemic-era credits and tighter eligibility rules in place, many filers anticipated smaller refunds or even unexpected balances due compared to prior years. Over the past several months, the IRS focused heavily on preparation and enforcement. Processing systems improved compared to earlier years, while scrutiny around credits, deductions, and reporting accuracy increased. Tax professionals consistently warned that refunds were likely to normalize lower, while audits and verification delays could rise for certain filings. Meanwhile, households faced growing confusion as inflation-adjusted tax thresholds interacted with slower wage growth, making tax outcomes feel less predictable than before. This week marked a clear acceleration into tax season. The IRS increased filing activity, refund processing officially ramped up, and more households began submitting returns. Early indicators suggested refund timelines are steady, but refund amounts are often smaller than what many filers remember from recent years. There were no major tax law changes announced this week, but IRS messaging emphasized accuracy, documentation, and patience, signaling continued focus on compliance rather than speed alone. Recent IRS guidance reinforced reminders around proper reporting of income, side work, and digital payments. Households with multiple income streams, gig work, or investment income were urged to double-check reporting to avoid delays. Tax experts also highlighted that withholding mismatches remain a common issue. Some workers may discover they owe money despite steady paychecks, simply because withholding didn't keep pace with income changes during the year. The real trend in taxes right now is normalization with tighter oversight. Refunds are becoming smaller and more predictable, while enforcement and verification remain elevated. This isn't about higher tax rates. It's about fewer temporary credits and stricter administration. For many households, tax season feels more stressful not because rules change dramatically, but because expectations haven't fully adjusted. This week fits squarely into the post-stimulus tax environment. The system is moving away from emergency-era generosity and back toward traditional structures. That shift increases the importance of planning, accurate withholding, and understanding how taxes affect cash flow throughout the year, not just at filing time. For your wallet, this tax season may feel tighter. Smaller refunds mean less financial cushion for paying down debt or covering big expenses. Some households may need to adjust budgets if they owe money unexpectedly. A widely recognized signal many Americans notice is when refunds arrive later or smaller than expected, not because income fell, but because tax credits quietly expired. That moment often reshapes how families think about savings and spending for the year ahead. Next week, watch IRS processing updates, refund timing trends, and any new guidance related to deductions or reporting. Also pay attention to conversations around withholding adjustments, especially if you owed money this year. As filing volumes increase, delays or backlogs could emerge, particularly for complex returns. Staying organized early can help avoid stress later in the season. That's your wallet brief for this week. These changes don't always make headlines, but they do change how much you pay, save, and earn. We'll be back next week with the updates that matter. Until then, stay informed and protect your wallet.